says DevTools is awfully useful. Try it out clicking DevTools feel free when you've done that. There are a few things to keep in mind when using DevTools to modify a web page. When modifying or changing CSS, you won't be affecting more than one element. DevTools provide easy to use tools when modifying certain CSS.
Dylan came home on leave and the couple finally met in person.
And they had a lovely time. And Alice was so taken by him. She said he was kind and thoughtful, and he paid for things, and he just wanted to keep her happy. That was how she saw it. And she said, "Mum, I think he is the one. He's just wonderful." And they spent a week in Newcastle together, and then they spent a week in Edinburgh together.
After 2 wonderful weeks, Dylan returned to Afghanistan to finish his tour, and the couple continued their intense social media relationship.
But one of the problems about the whole Facebook thing was that he was quite controlling about that, and he wanted to know where she was, who she was going out with, what she was wearing, and all those things that sort of can be disguised as being really caring and thoughtful. You know, like, I really want to know what you're wearing, and I want to know where you are, and I want to know who you're with. But if you look at them from the other side, actually they're really quite sinister. Unfortunately, I don't think Alice saw them as sinister at all at the time.
In April 2016, Dylan's tour in Afghanistan ended and he was deployed back to barracks in Edinburgh. Once back in the UK, Dylan was keen to meet Alice's family.
We first met him, and then it was Maybank holiday weekend, so they came down for the weekend. And I remember thinking that, I mean, looking back on this, there was nothing at the time, and this is one of the scary things, there's nothing at the time that made me think, I don't like this guy. There's something not right about this guy. Really nothing. I mean, yes, I could tell that he was giving me answers to questions, you know, that he wanted me to hear and this sort of thing. But I'm guessing a lot of lads could have done that. So there was nothing that I picked up at that time that led me to think there was anything worrying about him.
Things don't start off in an abusive way. Things start off with this individual being everything that the ideal boyfriend is supposed to be. Because if abusers were abusive all of the time, nobody would go out with them, nobody would date them, nobody would marry them. So he's got that initial charm offensive down to a real T.
It wasn't long before Alice's family and friends began to notice changes in her behaviour.
One of the things that had happened was that Alice had fallen out with the boys she shared a house with, which was really unusual for her. She didn't tend to fall out with people like that. He just sort of amplified everything that was happening to make it an unhappy atmosphere in the house. And then he started saying to Alice that he had some money and he would buy a flat in Newcastle and she could live in the flat.
This talk about possibly buying a house so she could live in it and this sort of thing, you know, they've only been sort of seeing each other for a couple of months, is pushing things worryingly fast.
Alice's demeanour also began to change.
And there were sort of attempts to undermine her confidence and make her feel that she was not really a worthy person, which is not really how she felt. She was quite secure
Right.
about herself. And he managed to make her feel more insecure. Unfortunately, something we didn't really notice creeping on.
New titles as well.
There were several tactics that Dylan used when he was essentially
Princess Elizabeth ascended the throne at the age of 25 in 1952. She was asked by Martin Charteris, her private secretary, what she wanted to be known as. The Queen's response was very matter of fact. She said, "My own, of course." Majesty could have chosen a completely different name since ancient times. Some monarchs have opted for a regnant title instead
to even more, humiliation and control.
The Chrome web browser provides you with robust web developer tools known as DevTools. With DevTools, you can view a web page's system as well.